In this ACS Sidekick tutorial, we'll talk about two functions for saving custom queries and saving custom lists of geographies that you use over and over again as you use the tool. We'll start with saving custom queries. As we expand it, we can see the queries that have been saved. So we have an example set out here of settings that have been put together for a table that we created for 2 zip codes. At the top of the preview pane, you can click on the green Save Query button and it opens up the Save Query dialog box. So first what we want to do is name our custom query. So we'll call this one zips in bear. We want to give it a brief description so that we can reference back to what this query is. And then we click Save. And when it tells us that it has been saved, we can close out of the query dialog box. And we scroll up to the top, and now we can see that zips in bear has been saved as a query under my queries pane. Once you save a query, it allows you to go back and repopulate ACS Sidekick with all of the same settings that you had at the time that you saved that query. The other option we have is to save lists of geographies. So here we can see in our data filters we have 2 geographies listed for zip codes, 78210, 78204. If we have lists that we use over and over again of geographies, we can save those into a custom list that we can bring in without having to type those in every time. So we're going to add a new one. We type in that in the add list dialog box, we type in the name, so we'll type it 4 zips. We'll give it a brief description. And then here we want to enter in the geographies that are going to be part of our saved list. So our 4 zips that we'll enter are 78210, 78204, 78223, and 78214. We click Save. The dialog tells us that it has been saved. Then we can close our dialog box, and we can see that 4 zips is now saved as a custom geography list under my custom lists. So now what we can do is put this into our data filter. So we'll take out the one that was currently in there, and then we can go in and say we want to select ZICTA, and we want to use the in list option for this, and then we can select a saved list. So it automatically populates from what has been saved in our custom list. So we'll click 4 zips and we'll add it, and now we have the in list for 4 zips. We'll preview that data, and as we scroll down we can see that now those 4 zip codes have been listed. You notice that both zips is still there from the previous query. So we can also use lists under the aggregate geographies. So we'll go ahead and close and delete that old aggregation that was happening, and we'll put in a new one. So we'll name it all 4 zips. We can then tell it which fields we want to pull it from ZICTA, and then we can check the use list option and pull it down to select our 4 zips list that we had saved. We click add. It builds that query. We can go down and preview that data. And as we scroll down, now we can see that all 4 zips has been added as a new geography, and it's adding up those 4 zip codes that are in my custom list that I saved. And it's doing that across for all data within the table. When finished, we can again save a query. So in this case, we're going to name it our new one, which is 4 zips. We give it a brief description for the project. We click Save. It tells us that it's saved. And if we go up and under our queries, we can now see that 4 zips has been saved there. So this is a great way for projects where you're working on a custom query or a custom list of geographies, so you can call those up without having to recreate them every time that you start into the project. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please check out our other tutorials in ACS Sidekick and go to the tool to start exploring data and creating your own queries and custom lists.